Hi, I want to talk about my project, Gaze Footprints in a Collaborative Environment. People accomplish tasks using tools available to them and usually work in groups when possible. These tools have variety of forms and most of them are electronic devices nowadays. They are interconnected, they have high resolution displays, and they have relatively large scale computation capabilities. But the question is, do they really help us? And if so, how much is the contribution? What if some are distracting or have negative effects in task performance, or some may have overlapping functionalities? Therefore, we need quantification methods. My project is in three folds: setting up a system that will help us collect data and find effective ways to analyze such data, and ultimately offer preliminary results for future refinement. Let's start with the data collection part. Since the audience is limited, I will leave this part here brief. We use Pupil Labs eye tracker with multiple HD cameras. Markers are emplaced on target environments in advance, thus we can distinguish surfaces and calculate gaze points. We use network-enabled computers and they all have synchronized. And post-processing is also available and we widely use this feature. It is possible to collect data in various ways. However, sensing everything available, then processing is not the best approach. We prefer to decide areas of interest in advance, design experiment, and collect data accordingly. Let's consider a scenario with one participant. Tracking the gaze point is straightforward. An eye tracker and markers on a surface will reveal enough data to quantify the attention point. It doesn't necessarily need to be vertical or horizontal setting. And whether the participant is stationary or mobile, it doesn't matter either. It is still possible to track the point of interest by time. Now consider another case where two participants involved and do exactly the same task. They may perform the task consequently or at the same time. When we add multiple participants, the case and also the experiment design gets more sophisticated. So let's start with from very simple experiment and get preliminary results. Let's consider a simple task. Three participants are asked to look at the vertical screen and follow the given directions. It's very straightforward. They should gaze at areas A, B, C by following the sequence provided. Each run took less than 30 seconds. We ran single participants at a time, then synchronized runs. Here's the initial plot of two participant gaze points. The figure provides eye positions for each participant and do not take into account the time. Although participant gaze points plotted separately, it's hard to distinguish whether gaze points are looking at the same point at the time. The figure gets more complicated when we plot it as time series. It's not obvious to see whether multiple gaze points match. However, when we correlate these series with a tolerance value, we can distinguish the pattern that we provided to the participants. The three-dimensional plot is not very clear as well. But if we have chance to interact with the data, it's possible to see the pattern. Here is a short demo of collected data and the video. So what is next? We will collect formal experiment data and continue working on visualization part. First, we will enhance the plotting along the lines of German et al., which is also called as cross-recurrence plots. Then we will apply Schneider's network diagramming techniques. Thank you.